What is up, everybody? Welcome back to War Thunder. I finally got myself a new microphone, and I'm gonna be able to record, Jesus Christ, record voice commentary again on my video, like I did in the P51 video. I should mention to you now that this entire thing is totally unscripted. So I'm definitely gonna fumble with my words, and I'm probably gonna sound kind of cringe at points. So today we're flying the F4 Phantom, and I'm just gonna say now, I definitely love this plane. I know most people in this game don't, mostly because they don't know how to fly it, and also some of the competition that you go up against. Despite that, however, if you use the radar right, you use your speed right, you know where you're going, use your placement right, use your missiles right, this thing is an absolute beast. And I'm about to show you today. So the way to fly the Phantom is that you don't fly it like your traditional jet, like the MiG-21 or the Viggen, or any such like that, where you can dogfight, because in this thing you can't. Which is a pain, because in real life it was quite the dogfighter, but in this game I don't know what the deal is. It flies pretty realistically, but when you fly against like the MiG-21, that thing just pulls lead for days, pulling lift out of absolute nowhere, the MiG-21. So that's what you're going up against. So dogfighting, definitely don't want to do that. But what you have, though, against other people is your excellent radar, and you also have excellent missiles. That being the AIM-7E2s, as well as the AIM-9Js. Yeah, AIM-9Js. And those missiles are fast, they pull a good lead, they have a really good lock. There have been times where I fire an AIM-9J and it just doesn't fall for the flares. It's amazing. Anyways, I digress. So what we're doing now is we're just simply climbing up to altitude. It gives my radar an easier time. I just punched my mic. It gives the radar an easier time to... Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is what I meant earlier by stumbling with my words. So, when you climb to altitude, your radar has a better time finding enemies. There we go. Jesus Christ. It has a better time finding enemies because the ground clutter is a lot less, I don't know, frickin' there. Jesus Christ, I should have made a script. Anyway. Also, being at higher altitude, you get to have higher speed, you have the altitude advantage, blah 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 blah. All the stuff I've talked about before. But essentially, the radar that you have gives you a leading advantage, because most of the time when I'm in the air and I'm at altitude, I know where people are before they know where I'm at, which is amazing. Because then you can get a lock on with that AIM-7E2 radar guided missile, and then you just fire it from at most 10 kilometers out, and 50% chance from there you'll get a kill. 7 kilometers away, 75%. 5 kilometers away, if it's a good missile or it's like a good lead, it's done for them. Not even flares will save them. Or at least in my experience with the F4E, that's how it seems. So what we're doing now is we're just bustling across this huge map at Mach 1.25 and still accelerating. What I love about this plane is that it just keeps accelerating at high altitude. It'll go all the way up to Mach 2. And we're just heading towards this furball right now. We're getting our first missile locked onto this Hunter, but he gets shot down. We lock it onto this MiG-21. I get the missile off. However, it does not connect, as for some reason my radar decides to go and lock onto a teammate there. Mostly because of the ground clutter. I get a missile fired on this F4F, it also gets wasted, he just kind of flies under it. Exactly. I try to get a burst of guns up, and then here it's confusing because I think I accidentally had a gun burst on a random AI plane, which is something I've never done before, so there you go. So what I'm doing now here is I'm just extending away from the furball, making sure I don't get hit by any missiles. I see that Viggen should radar guide a missile at me, so I just kind of shoot flares for a little bit of safety. Pretty sure from 7 kilometers out I can outrun it going up, but I just pop him out just to be safe. I turn around here, ready to re-engage the fight. I'm not too worried about the Viggen at this point. There's already 2 teammates on him, and I'm pretty sure that Viggen has really... Alright, so I've had to clip off some audio because my next bit of commentary is a bit off here. Like I said, no script. What I described happening here is that the Sukhoi 22 was distracted and I hit him with an AIM-7, which doesn't happen. I fire 2 at him and they both miss because he's going too fast. What happens is, as I attempt to fire 2 missiles at him, 3 later because of the AIM-9J, none of them connect. So then I get into a nice little dogfight with them, which when you fly things like the Sukhoi 22 and the MiG-23, those planes aren't great dogfighters, so you have no trouble dogfighting planes like this, and you're about to see. Clip his wing there. And my gun, I still haven't gotten quite used to the gun aim at this point for the F4. As you can see here, my aim is pretty garbage. And there's that F-104 AI that died earlier, apparently by a missile according to the kill feed, which doesn't make sense, but what do you do? He's crashing to the ground. I leave the Viggen alone because I'm out of gun ammo and I'm running low on missiles. So I just turn right back around and I start heading back to base. Alright, so we're back in the air. I was flying around a little bit and I was looking for that previous Viggen that I left alone earlier. And as I was flying around, I saw him blipped on my radar, but apparently he just flew right under me. I didn't notice him, he didn't notice me, so... Anyway, I re-engaged with him. And I punched my mic again. He's coming straight for me. Well, I have the altitude advantage and the speed advantage. I get my radar locked on him. And I wait just a bit to fire my missile because I really want it to keep its speed and I don't want it to miss. And then I fire that missile with a good amount of lead, and I guess this Viggen isn't paying, or he's too late with his flares. And he just gets obliterated by the Mach 4 missile. And I just gotta say that AIM-7 is something else. With the 25 or something like that G's of pull and a top speed of like Mach 4, there's nothing much you can do when that thing is even like 5 kilometers out from you. Alright, we found another jet 28 kilometers out, which emphasizes what I've said earlier. When you fly the Phantom, you see them way before they see you. Because this guy has no clue that I'm barreling towards him. And he's just continuing to shoot at the AI targets. So I have all the time in the world to just set up my attack. And that's what I love about the F4. You just fly around, high altitudes, high speeds, and in 2 clicks of the button, there's a kill for you. And on big open maps like this, the F4 reigns supreme. Got the guy locked, got the missile off, 5 kilometers out, he's got nothing to do. Boom. Absolutely annihilated. And that is pretty much all the kills we're able to get, because the last guy, or the last 2 people on the map are just cowering back at their airfields, not doing a thing. And we're back. I've already been searching everywhere. Guys, we're back at their base anyway, it doesn't really matter. We still lost anyway because time, but that's 3 kills in that big open map.